Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 242, restarting an old series. Wi-Fi is limited looking like, so let me turn off the camera and then we'll continue. All right, restarting an old series. This is one of the series that you've written and then you've since moved on to other books. First thing you got to do is once you get restarting that old series, you got to reread your books. You got to reread it and see how you shaped the story, how you did the plot, how you set up for the next book, the new book that you're going to write. And this particular to me, because I've got a couple series that are old that are good. It's just that they never sold, but I'm going to start them up again later this fall and into next year. So what I need to do is I need to reread those books. I don't, but you have to, because I'm going to write the next book. So I've got to get back in bed with the characters, see what they're doing, get into their mind. And I'll make notes while I'm doing it. But one thing I'll do is I'll make corrections, because I'll read in my master copy. I'll make corrections and I'll tweak and I'll republish or upload the new copy, not republish. I'm not going to take it down. I'm not going to mess with the ASIN or the ISBNs. I'm just going to have a new book, but might as well tweak it while I'm there. If there are any plot issues, then I might take care of those and make it second edition. But I'm hoping that there aren't any, because, hey, we don't want to change the story fundamentally for those people who have read it. But if there's a side plot that's hanging and you can answer it with a sentence or two, why not? So you clean up the old books because you're going to refresh this series. And then smooth the language, clarify any hanging subplots, side plots, and then move forward. So in order to move forward, you make notes on your plot for your new story. You tweak the characters, make sure you're up on them, quirks. They're things that any readers who did read this series before would remember and carry over to the new book. You have to get that all on track, because there will be a few fans who love the series as it was, but the reason you set it aside because it wasn't selling that well. It's okay. You've got all new fans now because you've gained new fans. You might even be in a different genre. But if you're considering revitalizing this old series by adding a new book to it, well, then you're going to introduce it to all your new fans, and they have the new opportunity to like this series, like these stories, love these characters, embrace that as a new revenue stream for you. So it's good stuff. Another thing that I do is I'll ask my fans, what do you expect to see from this character? And I'll get ideas from there, especially the super fans, those 3 people who loved that series. What did they take away from it? And then make sure I address those some way in the new book. And then I write that new book the best way I can. I'll write it with what I know now about how to write, about how to carry the plot forward, about how to make the characters more lovable, more embraceable, more relatable to the readers. And new opportunity for energy. This new book to revitalize the old series. It gives you an opportunity to resell that old series and give it the energy that it might have been lacking the first time around. I've got a series with 1 book in it, and a lot of people say that's the best book I've ever written. I think it is too. We'll see if the second book in that series, and maybe a third, will give it the energy and the visibility that it needs to get a whole new life, a life that it deserves. I insist, even though I didn't put a whole lot of marketing energy behind it, because I didn't know what exactly I needed to do. I published that book over 5 years ago. Well, we're going to give it new life. We're going to give it new life by the end of this year with the second book in that series. And I'm going to reread it again. I'm going to ask my current readers to read it and tell me what they expect in the next book. And then I'm going to address that, and it's going to be a great book, and I'm going to write it every bit as good as I possibly can, because, hey, if we didn't learn and improve as we go in our careers, then why? You have to. It's always about getting better. All right, everybody, you have a good day, and we've got good internet now, so let me pop the camera on so I can give you peace, fellow humans. You guys have a great day, and hopefully that was helpful for those who have an old series that they set aside and said, hey, it's not working for me, so let me move on and make it happen, re-energize it. New books, it's a lot easier to revamp those books than it is to just write a book from scratch, unless they are so bad that maybe they do need to die. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about series with potential. All right, everybody. Peace.